Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I think I'm getting used to this. So today we will be doing another cash planning. I will be getting paid soon and I thought I would plan out what exactly am I going to be cash stuffing for this pay period. So I will be getting a whopping, I think it's $1,190. Now, this is what we get. Oops. However, we do have some bills to pay for this pay period. I like to put my bills in red just so I know they are bills. So I have my RBC Visa that usually gets it's $100, so this is RBC. Then I do the minimum payment for my TD credit card, so that is $160. And what I do is, yes, I pay interest throughout the year, but then I accumulate that money in my travel binder because my TD credit card is my travel credit card, and I accumulate the amount that I actually owe in my binders to the nearest 5. So then at the end of the year, all my credit cards are at 0. I do that so I can build credit. Now, credit card was not something that was taught in any of my educational experiences, and I keep getting different information from different people, and I was lucky enough to find an agent that took her time to really explain to me and go through it. Now, I don't even know if what she told me was accurate, but it seems as though that's what she does. So I'm not by all means an expert, but that's how I handle my credit card. I hopefully over the years I hope to find a system that works for me, but so far it's working out. Then I have some of my subscription. I have one that I pay $30 for. Another one, Netflix. I pay $25 for Netflix. So this one is Netflix. And then my overall subscriptions, which are like songs, like Apple Music, a couple of, ones that I pay just to get some kind of premium packs or whatever, is $190. Now, do keep in mind, for my bills, I round up, and for my paycheck, I round down. So we have the $190 here. So this is like subscription overall. Okay. So then this one, I believe this is the language learning app, which I'm going to put on hold for some time because I haven't been using it lately, but then I hope to pick it back up again so then I can practice those languages. So this should equal to, so we have 100 plus 160 plus, oof, that hurts. So we are looking at 505 for just my bills for this pay period. Now, when it comes to my bills, how I know what's owed is I actually have a calendar in my personal calendar, and it's called the bills calendar. And every time I have a new bill, I just put it in the calendar, and I get a reminder maybe 2 to 3 weeks before of what I'm actually owing and what I need to take out of my paycheck for the next bill. However, next year, one thing that is on my goal is to actually start a 3 to 6 month payment, or 6 months ahead, 3 to 6 months ahead, so I can get ahead of my bills and just kind of have it there as backup. I think it will really help me. So those are my bills, 505, which is not bad. I've seen way worse. So when it comes to my actual paycheck, let me just see. So I said I have $685 left. The first thing that I do on my paycheck is I pay my spouse first. This is the 185. We have the I love big bucks challenge. Now, if you're new to my channel, the I love big bucks challenge is actually a challenge where I take one denomination from each bill that we have. Here in Canada, we only have the 100, the 50, the 20, the 10, and the 5. And I allocate this money to myself, and it's for me to do as I please. If I do this right, I should accumulate quite over $4,000 a year. Now, this money I usually allocate it to travel. It's usually how I save money to travel the following year as a travel agent. Even with the discounts they claim we have, sometimes we do pay a HEEF and a few kidneys in order to have the vacation that we deserve. Therefore, that fund usually cater to that. Then I have my future binder, my FHSA. If you live in Canada, you know. Definitely want to put that. So I'm putting $150 on there. And then my 100 savings challenge. 100 savings challenge. So I'm putting $100 in there. So this would be my 100 envelope. Okay. So I actually want to minus some of that. So minus 250. So this is 5. 8 plus 5. Oh my gosh. 8 plus 5. 8 plus 4 is 12. 8 plus 5, that means it's 13. And then $435 is what I am allocating to my future and or myself this month. And then let's see here. I have $250 left. $250. What do I need? I'm going on vacation soon, so I would probably need some money to get my hair done. Also need some money to, I want to put, because they only accept cash, which is another thing that I don't like, is they accept credit. I just pay it on my credit card and then pay it at a later date, but they only accept cash. So I'm going to have to at least put a $150 on the side. Will I get my hair done for $150? I don't think so, but it is something to take into consideration. So $250 minus $150. Oy, I don't know why I calculated that. I could have guessed. That one hurt. So I have $100 left. $100 left. So with $100, I think what I'll do is I'll put $50 in my emergency funds. And then the other $50, I'm going to split it. We can do a 25 and a 25. So this would be at 5%. I will do a binders walkthrough so people know what I'm talking about when I say at 5%. But at 5% is a emergency funds that I have for my emergency funds. Last year was horrible, and I realized that if people are watching this in the future, they might think it's the previous year. 2024 was a hard year for me, and I had gone through my entire emergency funds and I had nothing else to fall back on, no funds aside, nothing. So the at 5% is the backup for my emergency funds. But I'm going to split $25 for the at 5%, and then the other $5 I'm going to put that in travel. I will be going to Japan next year, and so I will be prioritizing that. Actually, I can even put, so I'll put $20 in travel and then I'll put $5 in Europe because I'm actually going to Europe at the end of this month. So I need to make sure that I'm contributing to that, even if it is as little as $5. So let's do this. So this should all equal one. So we have 150. Again, it's off. How embarrassing. $250. $250 plus a whopping 1,190. Sometimes I look at this and I'm like, could I have done better? but I think, I'm not gonna lie, that 150 for hair does hurt. I hope I can only use like maybe like 110 and have a little bit of a backup, because that backup is gonna go back to the at 5%. But I hope that I don't use the $150 for hair, because I don't know if I'm gonna get my nails done. I do need to cut them, but I don't know if I'm gonna get my nails or toes done. But that 150 for hair does hurt. Okay, so that is it for this video. $190. No, these are not sticky notes. I just realized they're cute, but they're not sticky notes. $1,190 will be cash stuffing very soon. I hope to see you soon. And with that, I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, everybody.